We've all felt it. You're halfway through a big franchise movie. There's noise, there's spectacle, there's £1 billion of CGI on the screen, and somehow you feel nothing. People call it superhero fatigue. They say we're tired of capes, tired of multiverses, tired of cinematic universes. I don't buy that. I think something else is happening, and it's happening in the editing room. World building isn't just lore, it's not maps, it's not exposition, it's coherence, it's spatial logic, emotional continuity, rhythm. Editing is supposed to be invisible. When it's working, you don't notice it. When it's bad, you feel it. And modern franchise editing, it's becoming visible for all the wrong reasons. What editing is supposed to do. Editing does 3 core things. It builds space, it builds emotion, it builds competence. If you break those 3 things, you break the world. Let's unpack that. Spatial collapse. In a good scene, you know where everyone is. You don't consciously think about it, but your brain maps it. Who's left, who's right, where the exit is, how far the villain is from the hero. That geography creates tension. Now compare that to modern action sequences. Cut, cut, cut. Shaky cam, angle change, cut again. You can't tell where anyone is. The wall disappears between shots, the background rotates, the axis flips. You stop mapping the space, and when that happens, the stakes disappear, because tension requires orientation. If I don't know where the door is, I don't feel trapped. If I don't know how far the villain is, I don't feel danger. Space is part of law. Destroy the space, you destroy immersion. The lost reaction. This one's bigger. Action tells us what happened. Reaction tells us what it means. Older films understood this. A world changes and the camera stays. On a face, on silence, on processing. Modern editing panics. Big reveal, cut. Explosion, cut. Wide CGI shot, cut. We no longer sit with anything. There's no breathing room. And without breathing room, there's no emotional weight. If a character loses their home city, and the edit gives them 0.8 seconds to react, why should we care? If the character doesn't process the world doesn't feel real. This is where motivation collapses. Characters leap from grief to hero mode instantly, from distrust to loyalty in one scene, because the emotional steps were cut out. That's not depth, that's compression, and compression kills credibility. Rhythm and power. Now let's talk about competence. In any cinematic universe, characters have power levels. We believe in that power because of rhythm. Longer takes show control. Clear choreography shows skill. Steady editing builds myth, but frantic cutting, that hides weakness. If you cut every time a punch is thrown, you're not showing mastery, you're hiding choreography. You're masking limitations. And subconsciously, we know, when the rhythm is chaotic, power feels inconsistent. 1 minute, the hero is unstoppable. The next minute, they struggle with a random henchman. And because the cuts are so aggressive, we can't track why. Inconsistent rhythm equals inconsistent law. The bigger issue. This is why modern cinematic universes feel hollow. It's not volume, it's not oversaturation, it's structural instability. When space doesn't hold together, emotion doesn't land, competence isn't earned, the world collapses, not loudly, quietly. You don't walk out angry, you walk out detached. And studios mistake detachment for fatigue. But it's not fatigue, it's erosion. Death by 1,000 cuts. Final verdict. A cinematic universe isn't built with announcements. It isn't built with spin-offs. It's built in the edit, frame by frame, moment by moment. If studios want us to care about 10-year plans, they need to care about 10-frame reaction shots. They need to respect geography, respect silence, respect rhythm. Because when editing stops serving story, world building stops working. And when world building stops working, nothing else matters. On Watching Nonsense Unfold, I break down TV and films that fall apart under scrutiny, from plot logic to character decisions. This has been Watching Nonsense Unfold. Sometimes it really is nonsense, and sometimes it's just disappointing. Or is it? Anyway, that's what I thought. I'll be back with whatever I end up watching next.